Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Will Cheese fail? I'm putting a question mark at the end of it because the last one was a Will Cheese fail, but that wasn't really cheese. And so we're gonna find out if this one is. So let's find out together, shall we? But first, Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes?
Hit me up with that old school noise.
I had to spice it up.
That was funky in there. There was a little spice in there. Down here in the bottom right, we got a red Zerg Magic. In the top left, we've got the blue Protoss Benmoji looking to duke it out. Who will be doing the chessing? We have a quick expansion from the Zerg, and so I'm going to say there's a small chance that it is indeed likely to be the Protoss.
Yeah.
Although this isn't.
No.
I'm not sure what this is, Mr. Black. You were the Protoss player. With all of your infinite wisdom, can you describe what we're witnessing right now?
Well, it's either I mean, are you really going to put down a Nexus after you've already put down a Forge and a Gateway? I mean, typically you could go Forge Fast Expand or go Gateway into Nexus, not get the Forge, get out your Fast Zealot, kind of wall off with your core, put your Zealot or your Bob there to have him do his job. So this is kind of a little all over the place. It just seems like he's just going to get static defense here up at his natural. Typically, when I open up Forge Fast Expand, it is not the most ideal way economically. You definitely either want to go Nexus first or Gateway into Nexus. Usually Nexus first is beyond greedy, so don't do that. But Gateway into Nexus, I usually go for Forge Fast because I typically like to take my probe and put cannons in behind here if the my opponent is kind of slacking a little bit. At the very bare minimal, the moment you put down a pylon, oftentimes they will pull 6 to 8 drones, and you can even just cancel that. It costs you 25 minerals, but it costs them infinitely more simply from the fact that they're not mining with all of those drones. And oftentimes, if you buy yourself enough time, those drones will feel obligated to stay in this position to wait until this finishes to then start mining at the natural instead of running them all the way back into the base. So you can really, really hurt the economy. Now, when it comes to the cheese, I think we're starting to see it here, Adam. We're going for a fast layer. My guess is he's not going to get too many more drones, if any at all, after this. We'll get a certain amount of gas, pull them, and then maybe go into a Nidus Canal. We do have this one Overlord, and you can sometimes tell that they're going to do this based off where their Overlord position is. If you start to see an Overlord kind of looping up and around here, or sometimes down here, instead of sort of here or trying to get information here, usually means they're trying to do something cheeky, because as of right now, it doesn't seem like he's interested in knowing what Benmoji is doing, and he's more interested in setting up his inevitable all-in or rush.
Yeah, no, and that is, well, it's a gamble, Mr. Black. I'm not much of a gambling man myself, typically because I just lose all the time. But maybe the gamble will pay off for Mr. Zerg over here. There he is. Okay, there we go. Overseer is being created now, finally. Maybe actually get information out of this. This is the longest I think I've seen somebody wait to go into the Overseer here in a hot minute to be able to get any amount of. He's still not.
No.
We are so uninterested in anything other than examining the coral reef on the left side of this map. And in fairness, the coral reef is beautiful. I've seen it personally with my own eyes. I almost drowned to see it, but I saw it. So I get it. It is definitely a pretty thing to see. There we go. We got Changeling Zealot going in to get information. Finally, he's going to see a bunch of Bobs who are only going to be mildly confused about the one of these Bobs is not like the other. There you go. Instantly killed. So he got like okay information. I feel like he could have gotten the exact same information and more
with the
if he just sent the damn thing over the damn base. What are you doing here?
I don't actually know, and I really truly thought that he was going to fast tech into Nidus. He isn't building all that many drones, so I was kind of right about that. But when it comes to, like, where is the Nidus Canal? He is getting a bunch of Zerglings right now and a bunch of Queen. Oh, he's dropping. Ah. So instead of Nidus, he's deciding to go the Overseer route. He's going to load up everything and do one big Doom drop. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead, and I'm gonna say that this is kind of a cheese. Like it's
definitely, this is definitely all in territory. So it's riding the line.
It's riding the line,
but it's there. It's there. It's riding the line because it's still allowing him to essentially like partially macro and tech at the same time.
Yeah.
But it is it's close enough. You know, I will allow it. .gif. I do find it interesting though that not one of those overlords, unless I'm missing something, is a Baneling filled overlord. Is one of them? Is one up there? What's the one that only has 4 units?
That's Queens.
Oh, that's the Queens. Okay,
Yeah.
So there's 0 Banelings.
Yep.
Which is weird. I would have at least liked to have seen him get some on this. If you're going to commit to a drop like this, you should probably have something to help kick that bitch off right. You know what I mean? You got to get the party started with a little something, something. You can't just, you know, walk in and be listening to bluegrass at a kitchen party unless you're a little weird. You got to have something bumping to get, you know, to get it going. Well, I'm not advocating.
No, don't do that.
Not
Drugs are
advocating
bad.
cocaine.
Drugs are bad.
But some people do. That's the thing that you can do, but don't do drugs.
Don't
Stay
do
in drugs. Do school. Take your milk. This drop, I mean, it's gonna do something.
Yeah.
But without Banelings, how much is it?
Well,
really?
I mean, right now it's going to completely destroy the mineral line. Ben also is warping in very slowly here. He is bringing up the units. The sentry is going down. He's going to lose the majority of these lings, but he still has a decent amount of lings and 4 queens with transfuse. This is going to boil down to, can he transfuse good enough? And I don't think he's even interested right now in attacking the actual units. This is a fight that he possibly could have won if he focused and did proper transfuses, but instead he was fixated on trying to just kill the Nexus when he had already done a mass amount of damage by decimating that entire probe line. And I feel like he took what was a pretty good drop and kind of shit the bed a little bit there towards the end. Yes, he did damage. Oh my goodness.
Wait, what?
I mean, he went down to, I guess, to the natural with a few lings, and he just left the game.
You still have units!
A lot!
There's like 6 Zerglings!
And this is it!
You have win the game levels of units! Blink is in the production queue! You're upgrade.
No.
What are you doing, you fool!
I was not expecting him to leave the game.
What is going on? He gambled and lost, but still won? What?
Wow.
What a roll of the dice. Speaking of rolling the dice, Ant Legion. Download on mobile. Actually, don't download on mobile unless you have already, but I tell you this much. If you're looking for getting on that gold ant hype or orange ant hype, it's a bit of a gamble. Daily, get on there and make your rolls. See if you get lucky. It's like a gotcha game, except with less boobs. You know what? That's what Ant Legion is missing. Listen, guys, if you're listening to this right now, we've been pumping all sorts of people into your game, but you know what? You know what's missing? Anime ass. All right, that will take your game to the next level. I'm not sure if there's a market for ants with Oh, fuck, end it.
I'm sorry. So dumb. Fuck. Stop.
Anime? Okay,
Anime
so
ass.
I had a thumbnail for that. Now I might have to redo it.
Big Anime. I love it. Guys, go check him out. Get
you're still recording?
Oh,
I thought the game was over.
No, brother. I'm still going.
Why is this still going? I'm over here talking like post-game fucking like.
Well, I thought you were still.
We're still going.
I thought you were still in the cast, brother.
No, I thought we were. When I said ended, I meant you hit on Anime, and I said no, we're done.
Okay. We're done.